Welcome back here on Live Impact News on WCNT Plus. I'm Nick Sturtevant. All right, so we have a guest here in studio. I guess that, look, we finally made it happen, and I'm glad we got him in, but I want to set it up first. It's a nonprofit focused on promoting brain injury and concussion awareness to not only our local community, not only in North Carolina, not only in South Carolina, but you're talking about our global community.
Yes.
Protect your skull health and safety. We have Tracy Suggs in studio this afternoon, co-founder, creative director,
Yes.
Goldsboro native. I was about to say Goldsboro finest, but you might have some cousins that you might want to put in that spot.
I'll take that, and I'll take that Goldsboro finest, and I'll represent the entire community with that.
I do got to ask, because we're talking about Eastern North Carolina, and I promise we'll get back to the nonprofit. But how did that growing up in Goldsboro shape you? Because it's a very, covering Eastern North Carolina. From southeastern North Carolina, northeastern North Carolina, and then, obviously that Nash County, Eshcombe County,
right.
Goldsboro area. Very prideful area.
Yes.
How did that shape you growing up?
Yeah, you used the phrase or the word prideful, family.
Yeah.
It was community-based.
Mm-hmm.
During the time that I grew up, it was community, man. You always had someone there for you, no matter where you were in the community, no matter what neighborhood you were in. It was that connectivity that kept you going, man. So there, man, I had a lot of support. Sports was huge, Eastern North Carolina basketball, football, the Carolinas is always known for basketball, but football and sports, baseball was always huge. So it was that connectivity to the community. The Wayne County Boys Club was a big part of my life as well. So playing sports on that level all the way up to playing in high school, it was just that sense of pride, the connectivity, the community, the love. It was that look out for your neighbor type of atmosphere growing up.
Man, you said the Wayne County Boys and Girls Club. Shout out to them. I've done a couple
Shout out
stories
to them, man.
on Wayne County, sitting around some of the stuff that's happening, has happened in that area when it comes to violence, when it comes to just giving kids an opportunity. That's what the Boys and Girls Club is giving kids a safe space.
And when you support programs like that and other programs that are upstarts that are giving back to the youth, giving them outlets to be creative and explore the best opportunities they can have for life and help to remove whatever borders, whatever obstacles they have before them. When you have someone grabbing your hand, giving you a hug, or someone pointing you in the right direction, that's what that genuine love and walking like Christ is all about.
Man, you played football, man. You were pretty good at football. Fayetteville State.
Yeah, man. I would say I did the needful. I was a hustler, man. I was hard nosed. I was quick on my feet, but also I was determined. I wasn't the greatest athlete. I know we all have our stories. Where you can talk about it now and you make it sound a little bit better than it really was. Put some sauce on it. But no, I didn't have those moments, man. But I did enough. Like we talked about that community. I had a great coach, and Coach Elvin James, who he piloted us all around to different universities, making sure we had an opportunity to go to the next level. And I landed at Fayetteville State University and never looked back, man. I was just a go-getter. Played a couple of years there, had an ACL tear. Finished out, though, hard-nosed and determined. But now that is a part of my story and the legacy, man, that I'm proud to be tied to that HBCU.
And tied to Protect Your Skull, Foster Wilkins.
Yes.
I read that story. Can you talk about how y'all met and where did the idea initially start when it comes to the nonprofit?
Yeah, man. We both played at Fayetteville State University. He was a senior captain. I was a freshman, and that's where that relationship began. And through the years, the HBCU, going back to homecomings and going back to football games, and your brothers, with that Bronco pride, we stayed connected throughout the years. And then around 2012, 2013, he was doing his thing, working on a few projects. He had his business. I was working on some things. We came together to work on a project. But during that time, through working on this outside project, we were looking at the concussion lawsuits were big in the news during that time. When you talk about 2011, 2012, 2013, Foster had a stint where he coached at Livingstone University, and he had an experience with an athlete who had a severe concussion.
Wow.
So with that and through our conversations, we were like, why don't we create a platform create an outlet, create something that allows us to be able to promote concussion awareness and safety in sports. It was nowhere at the level where it is now when you talk about player safety. Because we came from a hard-nosed environment where we played youth sports coming up during that time. It was get your head in there. It was if your neck's not broke, your arm's not broke, if you breathing, get back out there on the field.
You got your bell rung.
You got your bell rung. That was it. They gave you some of the smelling salt.
Right.
Everything was focused on the hard, violent hits. But now that game has changed. Even when we started during 2013, we couldn't get coaches. We had soccer coaches. We had youth organizations. Didn't want us to talk about concussions with the kids because we would scare them. So during that time, you saw a lot of the middle schools, the high schools, the youth leagues saw participation going down because of this breakout news and information about concussions. But we like to say we were at the forefront.
Because I think the perception early on was it's anti-football, it's anti-sports. Right. And it's not. It's just putting the information out there and letting folks decide for themselves. And if you decide to play football, soccer, any contact sport, go into law enforcement. There's rates of concussion within certain professions. You have that information. You're able to make that decision with the right information.
That's what it was for us. It was about how can we save lives? How can we walk the walk to make our community better, not just with our voices, but through connections, through partnerships, through information, education, playing the game safer and smarter. Concussion awareness is all about these individuals playing sports, these individuals who are our military men and women, individuals on work sites, individuals getting in car accidents. There's so many different ways that individuals come across brain injuries or concussions that we want them to have the information, because at the end of the day, we all want to live our best life possible. So that's why we say the game has evolved and that quality of life matters most. Because that game we're talking about, it's not just the game on the field, on the court, it's the game off the field, the game of life, being a productive father, mother, being a student athlete who has aspirations for a career and aspirations for family. How can I live my best life possible in that way and have excellence on the field or on the court? Because we always say winning and safety are merged together now. They're a family. You cannot win without safety. You cannot win, and we tell coaches all the time, the best way to win is have access to every athlete and have them be able to perform at an optimum. And if you're going to do that, take care of them. Letting them communicate about head injuries, let them have spotters and all these things they have now with better equipment.
The guardian caps.
Even when it comes to football helmets, you can, no matter how much technology you have, there are disclaimers on those helmets still today that says this will not prevent concussion. So you gotta keep your head up, keep your head out. The player safety rules, where you hear a lot of people now, especially in football, and I don't want to just put this on football, but concussions and brain injuries happen in all sports. High rates of concussions and head injuries in soccer. So we talk about playing the game, all sports, safer and smarter.
I mean, Carlene's a big NASCAR fan. NASCAR, I mean, it's just a list. I don't want to just isolate it to football, like you said. I do want to bring up, man, playing Little League football, I played through high school.
Right.
I think back to Little League. Now, we had helmets from early 90s.
Man, I think about the helmets during that time, man, I cringe when I reflect
Scratches
back.
on the helmet still. Oh,
the padding
man.
wasn't all there on
man.
that side. It felt like cement or concrete blocks inside the padding, inside the helmets.
And the only thing they told you was don't duck your head when you hit. That was the only sort of concussion-y sort of thing.
Yeah, they was like, bore your neck in. Keep your head up. But then you have a coach tell you to get your head in there.
Right.
We had the bull in the ring and all these
Oklahoma drills
that really had you focus on being tough. And now the toughness and being smart, and I tell anyone, you get out there on the field with someone 6'5", 245 pounds, running a 4.5, and if you think the game is soft, let them hit you with a perfect textbook safe tackle, and let me let you know how that feels. And the game is not soft, but we want to focus on player safety, even where they heading the ball in soccer, where they up the age to help youth Because at that early age, your brain is developing so much at that early age, and with all the information, with anything in life, once we have more information, we know how to move forward in a better way, and it's all about quality of life.
That's your motto, right?
Quality of life matters most, man. After the sport, after the game, quality of life matters most.
Is it landing for a lot of young people? I say that. I think it lands, but I want to hear your response. Like my nephew, he's 15. He plays for Somerville High School.
Right.
He's big. I gotta show you, he's a big boy. He can play, but I think he gets it after football. I mean, he plays edge rusher, outside linebacker. I think he gets it. But the kids that you come across, do they get it? Like the quality of life aspect? I know they're thinking about NIL. They're thinking about going to the league. I mean, I think now it's not even more going to the league. It's going to college and getting in an NIL.
Right.
Is it landing for young people?
It's landing, but I'm going to tell you this. You have to look at it the way we approach it and the way I like to approach it is like with anything in life that you're talking to a young person, it doesn't have to be sports.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be about quality of life matters most from that standpoint.
Yeah.
Anything that we're guiding them being in the right situations with the right crowd, not putting yourself in situations that are going to be detrimental to you in the community, harmful situations in life. If we talk about drugs and alcohol, all those things fall into the same category. If you're guiding someone and they're young, and we all had to go through our own youth experiences. So yes, I feel it's landing, but the more we continue to put it on platforms, the more we continue to voice it, the more that they see it, that mental health is so important, which is huge for us as well. And that's a direct relationship with concussion and brain injury awareness. When you have mental health and all the issues that we see today, it's landing because now you see it more than ever. And like I said, I'm so excited that we were on the forefront because you didn't hear a lot of playing the game safer and smarter.
Right.
I think back to our early start, and this ties into connectivity to where I'm so grateful to Mark Carrier when he was with the Panthers years ago when we first started. He was one of the first individuals that really took us in and said, we're going to get we gave wristbands to the players. And that time the Panthers were, we had Cam Newton and things were rolling pretty good.
Yeah.
But we had individuals like that were tied to organizations that not necessarily was going to connect with someone talking about concussion awareness. And you find that difficulty in pro sports now because it's so guarded.
Yeah.
So we don't get a lot of relationships with pro sports. We do have some relationships with universities where we can reach out to the youth. So that's a great question because it's grassroots based.
Yeah.
Keep giving them the information and sooner or later it'll stick.
You keep chipping away at it slowly.
Keep chipping away at it slowly.
I do want to ask you, talking about men's mental health awareness month of last month.
Yes.
It should be 365, honestly, when you talk about mental health. Sean Nealon, Cowboys D lineman.
Yes.
How did that impact you? Because that was
First of all, man, for a young man or any individual, when you talk about the severity of when you talk about suicide, when you talk about what someone has to go through, when you think about how powerful the brain is, our thought process, our mental health, for anyone in that situation, not just him, I think because he was on a pro sports level, the Dallas Cowboys.
Scored a touchdown. Yeah.
I'm a big Cowboys fan.
I'm
so
sorry.
It touched base on a human level first and foremost, and it was on a level to where it was on such parameters that everyone in the country, globally, I think because of the Cowboys, it made an impact. And then when you saw that the Cowboys players, the Panthers players, other teams across the league and their players really showed that, hey, we have to really focus on our mental health. So in situations like that, we all have to come together and know at the end of the day, it's all about love for humanity. Once we connect to the human tissue of things, the human side of who we are as individuals, that opens the door for everything else we're trying to achieve as a community. And sometimes when we lose that connectivity with humanity, situations like that really makes you say, hey man, life is really fragile. We got to make the most of, they used to say, tomorrow's not promised. Now it's the next second is not promised. Man, you don't know what so many people are going through.
Yeah. What would you tell your younger self, that kid at Fayetteville State, that freshman at Fayetteville State University?
Man.
Would he be open to what you're telling him?
He would have his own drive. He would have his own views. And I feel that he would have to experience it, but I would tell him, in the same way that my mother and father told me. Get the knowledge base now and absorb it so you don't have to experience the pitfalls.
Yeah.
It's always best to take heed and know that the stove is hot without trying to touch the stove.
Right.
So that's what I would tell my younger self. Hey man, your quality of life matters more than anything else. The impact that you can make on your community, that next person, that's where community starts. Can I impact the life of that individual next to me? Can I walk in love? And that's going to lead to success in every other area of your life, career, family, and those things. So your activities, football, basketball, baseball, soccer, your careers, engineer, social worker, media personality, those things start from your humanity, the human side of yourself. So connect with that and everything will open up for you.
Oh, man. You know, folks are going to look at this interview, they're going to be like, man, how can we get involved? What's the best way? What's the easiest way? How can folks get in contact with you and Foster?
Yeah, you can go to our website, protectyourskull.com. There you will have a way to connect to us, leave comments, reach out to us if you want us to come and speak at a school, if you want us to speak to any part of that community, you can reach out to us. If you want to assist and say, how can I be a part of volunteering? What programs do you have? And we're in the process now, we're excited for 2026 to develop more programs and connectivity and partnerships within the community tied to concussion awareness, brain injury awareness, and mental health. Like here in Charlotte, being a part of Brain Injury Awareness Day and being recognized by the city of Charlotte. And we're excited about those opportunities that we've had in the past. But reach out to us. You can follow us on on Instagram at Protect Your Skull, on X at PY Skull, and you can reach out and connect. And let's communicate and let's just see how we can work together to keep not only the athletes but these individuals in our communities who need assistance. Because brain injuries are an invisible injury, but the individuals suffering, they're not invisible.
Are you aware of Brain Talk Foundation?
I've heard of Brain Talk Foundation.
I got to connect you with Brain Talk Foundation. We had them on the show. So we're going to connect after the show or after this segment. Tracy, man, thank you for your time, man. You guys are doing incredible work. Feel free to come back. Come back to the neighborhood, man. Don't be a stranger.
It's a great neighborhood. I love the neighborhood, man. So it's a welcoming neighborhood. It's beautiful in here.
We continue to grow and put signs up and everything. So, we got to do a little landscaping. But, it's all good.
But the best thing about it, with all this that's going on, is just the sense I get from you guys and talking with you now, man. You have a great spirit. You're planting seeds in the right way. And that allows this platform to continue to grow and the platforms that we're on, because, man, what you're doing in the community, the biggest thing we can have is being able to have a voice. And young people want to be heard. We want to be heard. And when we do that and when we hear each other, we can say, okay, grab my hand, I'm going to grab your hand, and we're going to walk this journey together, and that's what we're doing.
And look, and one of the most rewarding things for me, especially with this platform, I get to bring on nonprofits. I get to bring on people in the community. They get to talk. We get to talk for 20, 30 minutes, however long. We don't put a time limit on it. Let's talk. Let's have a conversation.
Everybody's got a story to tell.
Everybody's family.
Everybody's family. Everybody's got a story to tell. And that story can inspire greatness in everybody who gets a chance to listen to it. And that's what I love doing, inspiring people to be the best that you can possibly be in every area of your life, man, and being connected to God and walking that journey with Him.
Yes, sir.
And it opens doors.
Man, Tracy Suggs, incredible, man. Check it out. Protect Your Skull Health and Safety. Again, that website, protectyourskull.com. Check them out.
Yes.
Let's take a quick break. We'll be back here in just 2 minutes here on Live Impact News on WCNC Plus.